Hello and welcome to the Guno Vibe. A great week, great turnaround by the Arsenal win against Leeds in winning the Carabao Cup against Chelsea to get to the final. And now another victory against really tough opponents, Sunderland 3-0. Not major changes from a personal perspective. It was interesting to see Arteta go with Jesus and Havertz in up top, and that means Rice and Zubimendi would sit at the base, and also we saw Trossard and Madueke take the width of the pitch pretty much. I thought Sunderland started really well. Of course, they would pump long balls and created a lot of chances, but sorry, didn't create a lot of chances, but gave us a headache, especially William Saliba against Bromby was interesting matchup. But otherwise, Arsenal dominated proceedings. We started to create a little bit, especially on the left hand side, which was interesting. Usually, most of our combinations happen on the right with Saka or Madueke, but Madueke was, I would say, a little lackluster, so it was understandable to see more things happen on the right hand side. I thought overall the gameplay was a little sluggish. We had a few corners, but didn't really bother the defense as much. Uh, but there was a couple of shots which made it interesting. The one with Havertz and another one with Declan Rice. Now the Declan Rice chance is what I wanted to talk more about. So the play that Trossard was trying to make was to bring Hume and the right back uh, towards him. So they had to pair on one player, which meant either Rice or Zubimendi were at the acres of space. Right? There was always that option for Trossard to lay the ball up to the player and have them have a pop. Heard Arteta saying in the pre-match conference about how players or teams are willing to take pops from outside the penalty area, which is relatively less XG. But if you try it, you succeed, that yields a goal. Rice was especially very close. Could have the goalkeeper was standard. We saw the similar action that Havertz this time. He was running with the ball with Sunderland players were not really ready to engage, especially because of the movement from the run from Madueke and as he was making space in the middle and Howard shot whizzed past the post. But the third time when Zubimendi had a chance, this time it was a unerring shot. And Trossard laying the ball off to Zubimendi first time shot across his body, so giving a little bit of spin through the front post, and then the goalkeeper was beaten fair and square. Soon after, Jesus had a chance to run through on goal right around the goalkeeper was kind of pushed. Initially, it was given penalty. He was adjudged to be offside. Sunderland came back in the game a little bit with a little bit of a few corners and tandem, but again, really didn't create much. They started to boss positions at least, so that was interesting to see. Arsenal letting Sunderland have more of a ball, and that kind of played into our hands. We saw those substitutions, especially in the second half. Got Martinelli in, who was another runner, kind of like Madueke is. And instead of Jesus coming deep, he got Gyökeres, who's another player who could run beyond the defense. So them having a ball was a blessing in disguise for us because we were able to get our bodies in the way for any of the crosses or Raya was pretty dominant in the penalty area to get many of the corners or crosses and get us into the counter attacks. But it was an intricate play from Trossard and Havertz and Rice, which that combination along with Fury created the second goal. Trossard uh, to Havertz on the left hand flank. At his cutback is what Gyökeres was able to get latch onto and hit a really powerful shot to make it 2-0. And from there on, there was no real chance for Sunderland, especially at home at Arsenal. There's once Arsenal is ahead, that in itself is enough. But when Arsenal is two goals very good, it is almost impossible for the opposition team to get anything back, and that's pretty much what happened. Although we let the go of the position, Sunderland had more of the ball, but we tempted them to have more players to try and make one in to get some energy back in their game, and also a little bit of nervousness in the stadium. But that didn't happen. We actually use the space in behind. Martinelli ran past, I think it was Ronaldo, and pretty much at the end, and then square it to Gyökeres to make it 3-0. I think it was a little bit more than Arsenal deserved. XG stats say that Sunderland again didn't really create much. In having a poor form away from home, unbeaten at Stadium of Light, Arsenal created I think 1.2 XG. But we played a very technical game to allow the opposition team to get at us. Then we got space on the counter. I think that helped that we managed to score in the first half with the Zubimendi shot, but we still did well to get the 3 points. Of course, this means Arsenal is 9 points ahead of Man City and Aston Villa. Aston Villa drew today at Bournemouth. Man City plays Liverpool. Liverpool have been in decent form. They had not lost since November. I think Nottingham they recently lost against Bournemouth 3-2. But overall, they have been good tactically. They have been really well drilled. We saw that at the Emirates how well they played in the second half, especially. It won't be easy going for Man City, but the run of games that Arsenal have, we definitely need something from the. Hopefully, Man City drop points and make it either 9 or 8 points behind, which means Arsenal will have less pressure. The games that we have coming up is not easy. Brentford, they defeated Newcastle at St James's Park. We are going at Brentford's Brentford's City Stadium. That is not going to be easy. They're in really good form. And we have two more away games after that. We play the FA game, a cup game at home, and then away game against Wolves, and another away game at Tottenham Hotspur before we have a home game against Chelsea. We saw the Carabao Cup. Chelsea is not going to be easy, and having three away games is not going to be easy either. So Arteta probably have to rotate. I have a feeling that he will rotate more for the vegan FA Cup game rather than the other Premier League games because that is going to be very important. So, but regardless, it's going to be interesting how Arsenal play those games rotation wise or otherwise because there are games that Man City have is relatively easy, in my opinion. They they play Liverpool and then they have Fulham, Newcastle, both at home and Leeds away. Nottingham Forest at home. Of course, Nottingham Forest is going to try and do their best to avoid relegation. They are only 3 points away from West Ham. But the other games that Man City play at the Etihad is going to be relatively straightforward, in my opinion. But I think overall, we saw Arsenal play relatively well, had 16 shots on target against a well-drilled Sunderland side, with Sunderland only having 5 shots on target. Sorry, 5 shots in total with 3 on target. The first half, I thought did pretty well. Second half, I thought we did even better and was good technically as well. That helped us get the edge and good win. We'll see how the game goes tomorrow. But until then, thank you and come on, you guys.